Okay, welcome to the December Crew Call. Let's go to the agenda. Okay, yeah. So today we start with an introduction. Then we're gonna, Lucas is going to present what's new. We're gonna have some Q&A in case you have any question about what we just presented. There will be a departure talk and a quiz solution. And the quiz is, look at this bird on the side. I mean, all of you can see it's a bird, it's a duck. And well, if you know what it is, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, we will share it at the end of the call. Nobody says anything. So, okay. It's a duck, yeah.
Like to a Mandarin duck.
Already you're right.
That's
yes.
actually a good guess. Mandarin duck. I also thought about it. It looks
Almost.
like a
Okay,
Mandarin duck.
yeah.
Okay.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not a Mandarin. Good.
So yeah, what are the new functionality that we are going to present today? First of all, the P2P chat, then quest attached to communities and classes, create iPhone shortcut for ARK, landing page update, our Josef Schöffel Award for environmental protection, and the national park, the national urban parks, which is a slow tourism powered by the ARK. Next. And now Knut will start the introduction.
Yeah. So again, hello from my side. I'm gonna start a bit to talk about the issues that we try to address with this release, and that's actually interesting. I looked up our past crew calls, and in January 2023, so about 2 years ago, we said in a crew call that social media lacks an application which helps us to develop our environmental identities and discuss issues of ecological importance. We said that we want to change this, and we found then this little graph on, I think, Facebook, that everyone is angry on Twitter, which is now called X, and is even angrier, happy on Facebook, successful on LinkedIn, artistic on Instagram, jobless on WhatsApp, single on Tinder, and a guardian on the ARK. So we honestly didn't go very far with the social functionalities. What we introduced 2 years ago was posts. They're still there, but they're not really used a lot. And we discussed a lot that we need to have for our target users, the guardians, a possibility to chat with each others. So we have these target users being environmental activists, pro-amateurs, educators. They have an above understanding of the climate crisis, and they know it's important that we increase the integrity or restore the integrity of nature for human survival. They want to have a productive vehicle to teach about and protect nature. They would like to contribute, similar to Wikipedia authors, to the ARK as a commons. And they probably also want to have a say in the organization and get credits, merits for their contribution. So we didn't really have this possibility that those people, the guardians, that need to use the ARK more than others to collaborate and talk to each other. And I think it's good to also recap the roles of the ARK here, maybe most importantly for Katie. So on the ARK, there are 5 different roles which overlap a lot. So you're always a learner. You are sometimes a guide, a facilitator, which is the same as a teacher. Sometimes you're a community mentor when you moderate an entire community. Then on the next level, you can be in charge of a commons and also for an ecoregion. And you see here in all these roles, you are supposed to moderate a group of people. And this moderation function wasn't really there yet. Then I also found an old slide about the role of the commons mentor. So the commons mentor can define and map a territory, can review species and specimen entries, which is basically curating a learning space. You can support communities within the commons and, again, moderate the discussion. So you mentor groups and people. But again, you see that the moderation of the discussion wasn't really a functionality that we had on the ARK. And then we have a very, very old slide on discussing what matters now. So we wanted always to connect people through nature. On the left side, you see traditional social media, the internet of people. It connects people amongst each other. And we said, okay, with the Green Steps ARK, we want to do different things. We want to connect people with nature. But in order to be connected to nature, you also need to connect the people that are the stewards of nature. And so what we were missing was this connection between the people. And I think that's a good introduction because we need to address this problem. And that's what this release is mainly about today. So I hand over to Lucas.
All right. Thanks for the introduction, Knut. So I just need 1 second to set up my screen sharing. As Knut said, for a long time, people have been asking us for how can I contact the people that I've been active together with on the ARK, be it in activities, so in events or courses, or creating a quest together, creating some routes together, mapping trees together. Until now, we only had the posts, which we thought is good to start with because it is a more structured and permanent way of communication. But sometimes people just want to use a chat because they are used to it. And I agree, it's a normal thing to ask for. So far, we always ask them to use an external messenger, but from now on, we have integrated chat into the ARK itself. So let's have a look. For example, if I go into an activity and I want to get in touch with the organizer. So I go into this activity. There's all just example content. And until now, this has not been active, but starting from now, once you click it, you are transported into a chat. Yeah, so if you have been talking with this person before, then you already have the channel there, just like you are used in any messenger. So as you can see, we used an external chat provider. They prepared chat components, which has helped us to speed up with the development quite a lot. It's fully responsive, so it works on the phone as well. Yeah, so it's pretty easy. Maybe I'm gonna go into someone's profile and to show you that there is also a new button in here inside of the banner card of the user. And oops, that's not what I wanted to click. From here, you can get into the chat interface as well. Seems it's not going to the correct one. Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. There's a chat. If you have a new message, you will get notification bubble in the top right. And if you have a new message that you haven't seen for a few hours, you're gonna get notification email about that. So far, there are no real-time notifications on your phone, for example. That's still gonna take a while. Yeah, so that's it for the chat. I'm gonna stop sharing now.
I got a question.
Yeah.
This is now on your development laptop, so it's localhost. But once it's live, being used, is there a permalink to this chat function? So you can open the URL and you're in the same chat, in chat with Sam, or how is the link?
Yeah, exactly. It is the person the name of the room. So of the opposite person currently is always part of the URL. No, so can
So
be
that's
used
very
to
practical. So if you prepare an event for the organizers, you can already pre-prepare the chat room for, let's say, the team leaders or something.
It is a possibility, yeah. So I have only implemented a peer-to-peer chat, but can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm trying to stop screen sharing, but it's not working. Right now, I have only implemented the peer-to-peer chat, but it is of course possible to create rooms also for example, activities or for I don't know, for commons. Yeah, we have like a chat room of everyone in the commons or everyone in the community, even everyone in the ecoregion if we want to. So yeah, I think that if we decide to do that, then we're gonna auto create the rooms, which means that as soon as the event or the space, like the commons, is created, and there is a chat room automatically for that, and it's only a question of joining it. As soon as you join it, then you have the link and you can share it with others. Yeah.
Thank you very much for explanation. I mean, it would already be great to have the one peer-to-peer chat. If, for example, the group organizer can be reached through that, because each person has its login. I guess the same URL will work for Sam, if that's the group leader. And of course, the group functionality, that would be, I think, even better, but I don't want to force you to invest much time in it now. We maybe can make use of that first. That's what we have.
Yeah. Let's see. Now we did not really agree of whether this should be done or not, but I think so. Yeah, probably in the next call.
Good. Then I think it makes sense to move forward to the second main release feature today.
Mainly for the reason of having children in schools work on their own quests. We have now brought the possibility to create quests and manage quests directly by communities and also by single users. So I'm going to go again into an example community, which is just opening a random one in here. And with all the within all the tabs, there's a new one in here called quests. This will be the case for both school classes, schools, and normal communities. And in here, I can see that I can create a new quest. And if I'm creating it now, then I, of course, the possibility to add the stops, which is how you create the quest. But I also can add users or communities to the quest. So anyone listed in here is able to edit and manage the quest. Yeah, so I am able to add people and this lifts a big limitation that we had until now, which was that everyone, if you wanted anyone to edit a quest, they had to be a Commons mentor. So with that, this is now not necessary anymore. And there is another thing in here, the communities or school classes. So for them, it will be listed on their profile page, and the mentors or facilitators will be able to edit and manage the quest. So this basically says this quest is managed by us. We want to have an easy access to it, and we want to show it promoted on our page. But for example, if it's a school class and you want the children to work on the quest, why we did it like the reason we don't not let two people edit at the same time. So some kind of locking or collaborative editing, this is not there. So if we allowed so many people to potentially edit, we expect it would become messy. So for now, just need to list the people here one by one. If you create the quest like this, then yeah, as I said, it is listed on your community page. Yeah, that's it. So I will try to stop sharing now.
Okay.
Hmm.
Good. Any questions in regard to the second feature? Does it make sense for everybody why we had to implement this? So if maybe just Hans, you wanted to say something?
I just wanted to say I like it very much. I think it's super cool to have ability to select groups, but also individual users. So this is the group versus user permission system, which both way possible. I think that's makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Great.
But can I just ask, is it more than one community can collaborate on one quest now?
Yes. Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay. Good. And then it doesn't matter in which commons the community is, right?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. So basically, anyone who is listed in there has the editing permission, and it will be listed in their space.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it picks the POI that you use is from a global pool, pretty much.
This right now is taken at the time of creation of the route, yeah, or of the quest. So when you create the quest, it is following the commons of either the commons where you are or the commons of the community. Yeah. So where the community is lying.
Okay.
And currently you can only select the specimens from there, but we know that this is a limitation, and the way that we will resolve this is that it will give you an option to search in the global pool of specimens sorted by distance from you.
But also, if I select two communities into different commons, then would I have two different pools?
No, because as I said, this is set at the creation of the quest.
Okay.
All right. So what's new? What other things are new? I'm trying to show this now. The next thing that we're going to present is the manual video, and this is actually Java showing. So Java, what do you have for us?
Ahoy. Hello. So we have a manual video for iPhone to make a shortcut on home screen. Do we have any iPhone users here, or is it only me and Knut? Okay, good. Katie also have it. So we don't have application for iPhone. So I'll show you in this manual video how to make a shortcut so it will be easier to use this and open more quickly. So let's start the video. So first of all, we need to open Safari and go on the ARK Crew Me, and then we log in here. And now there's an arrow button down, as this arrow shows us. And now it's a Add to Home Screen button. And the Add button in the top right corner. So now, as we see, we have ARK shortcut on the screen, and the only one click, we are already in the ARK, and we can use it very quickly. Thank you all for listening.
Cool, thank you.
So this video is on YouTube now.
Yeah, it's in YouTube.
YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts.
YouTube short. Okay. Now, because I think tell Katie if she wants to watch it again, because maybe it was not, it was a bit fast.
Yeah, it was faster if you watch it by herself. It's not, this video is not that fast. I don't know. Right?
Is it only on
We
YouTube?
have it already saved in our manual video playlist on YouTube. We share it afterwards, and so everybody can access it. Good. So a short manual video, but I mean, the idea is to actually have the similar experience like there would be an app. I have it already installed. It's really nice.
Much easier to make an app.
Much easier than making an app, true. Good. So then the next thing, I hope you see my screen now.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, God. So the next thing we have is the landing page. So we did an update. One is the better communication of our USPs, and the other thing is that we have new button arrangement. So I can go in here directly, and you see that I wrote, instead of connecting you, oh no, what was it? Making bioregional education easy for everyone and everywhere. So we figured that a lot of people don't know what bioregional education is, or place-based education. So we made it more simple, and I wrote connecting your classroom with the outdoors, because this is what the ARK actually does. And then the new top button is map anything, because it's really about mapping as a central tool. Then we put the library on the landing page, because a lot of people don't know that there are so many best practices. Then there is the play game, which leads you to the pilot project in St. Pölten. If you are based not in St. Pölten, you can not really play it now. So that's why I wrote demo. And the fourth button that we discussed is that people can request a training. This is something that we still improve a bit, but when you press this button, you will see an overview of the community mentor training, and you can be in touch with us. Okay, that's it. Any feedback? What do you think about this new value proposition?
Thank you, Knut. I do think it's actually really has a lower entry point this way, which I do think is somehow more inclusive. I think that's positive. I'm not so sure whether the word classroom as the slogan could actually be limiting a bit to maybe not every group is like a class, but I don't have a problem with it.
Should we say connecting indoors with the outdoors?
Collecting you with the
Maybe community?
Huh?
Yes, community.
Community?
connecting your community with the outdoors.
Yes.
Yeah. That would be very inclusive. And that's actually also what we just showed before, no, Lucas?
Yeah.
And we have learning just below, and that's of course the very core about the learning. And so the community goes learning outdoors. That's good.
What do the others think about this? Community better?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you would add learning as well in the first sentence?
Learning is just below.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so then this is something that we can update, connecting your community with the outdoors. That includes then also any other organization. And we also updated a bit down here in basically what we have as USPs, detailed USPs, shaped by regional identities. Is new here, browse best practices, so that this is a little bit more visible. Right. That's it from the landing page.
I do have another question.
Please.
I think as it is, I really like it with this, especially with this new slogan. It's more inclusive and scrolling down to get an idea what it is about. What I personally much appreciate about an organizational website, if it has somewhere, and it can be at the very bottom in the footer area, short description of 3-4 sentences, what this is all about. So that not necessarily have to read everything, and especially have to copy together everything if I want to inform someone what this is about. To give you an example, since more than 15 years, I do social bookmarking, and I have registered around 10,000 organization projects, very inspiring articles about sustainability. And what I really appreciate is if I bookmark a site, a project, and it auto inserts the short description what this organization or this project it is about. And if it doesn't do that automatically because SEO is not configured accordingly, that's okay. Then I just go to the About page, and with one double click, I have it marked, that paragraph of 2, 3, 4 sentences, what this is all about, and can save it to the social bookmark page. So I know when months later or a year later, when I full text search, that I will find this by a keyword, or I can quickly find it and share with a friend so I have in a nutshell why this is a very relevant project. And the kind of what you can imagine, what kind of description I'm looking for. So for example, on LinkedIn, where they what they are about. And I think the ARK is really a very fantastic and very big and also very comprehensive and complex project. It's very hard to put in a nutshell what it is all about. And so I guess it will be some effort to nutshell it in 3-4 short sentences. But I think I would really appreciate if it somewhere would be written this way, so it can be easier shared what this is about, let's say on a link, like on a LinkedIn page, on a Crunchbase is also typical investor portal where there are 100,000 startups showing up, who they are, what they want to do, and I also have these short introductory sentences about it.
Yeah, good point, I think. It's like a challenge for until the next call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very good feedback, Hans. I was actually recommended lately a cleanup website, and I was also stunned by how, I mean, it's not as complex the project, but I was stunned by how clear they communicate what they do. And I had actually the same idea, that we just missed this. It's not there. So yeah, we'll show a design the next call, and then we can discuss again what we think about it. But yeah, message arrived.
Thank you.
Good. Should we go to the next and last point here? I think, is it the last one? Do you see screen still?
Yeah.
Yes. So we have received a little award from the state government for environmental protection, and special, but it's nice. And I thought we, as a first kind of official recognition for our work, I share a few, 2 slides actually about this. So Josef Schöffel was born in 1832 in the Czech Republic in a family of geologists, and then he served in the wars between Austria, Hungary, and Prussia as a soldier. Had very, very impactful memories that he also described in an autobiography. And then he worked for the Imperial Geological Institute. And if you know Alexander von Humboldt or Charles Darwin, they all share actually this kind of educational trajectory. Most of them were geologists that later turned into kind of environmentalists. He was then recognized as the savior of the Viennese forest. So Vienna is flanked by a huge forest, and because the empire was in such a debt after all those wars, the finance ministry in Vienna decided to sell the forest so that it could be logged by corporations. And he was the main person standing up against the government decision, and he fought for a couple of years against the forest being sold off. And he was actually successful. Afterwards, was a member of the imperial parliament, and then became the mayor of a smaller city next to Vienna, where he also died. So in short, he's something like Austria-Hungary's John Muir, who is, I think, very well known, or originally from Scotland, but he's the founder of the Yellowstone National Park and the founder of the Sierra Club in the Anglo-Saxon world, very well. And he's kind of a similar personality here. That's why they probably named the prize after him. So why did we get the prize? For innovative collaboration. On the right side, you see the official certificate. So they told us, because I talked to the representative of the jury, we got the prize because, or the award, because of the cooperation between 3 NPOs, together with Lanius, another local environmental organization, and the Green Park in St. Pölten. We submitted 185 nature monuments, the applications for those monuments. And since our application, the local government has declared 13 new nature monuments after almost 20 years of inactivity. So it's really the pressure that we put on the government that restarted a nature monument protection. We also got the award because of the ARK, of the web app, which has a cooperative design with citizens and pupil participation, and because of the cooperative concept of the Big Friendly Giants environmental education project. So overall, I really think this is a sort of a proof of concept for our work here. And it's a lot of work now, 5 years, hundreds of kilometers walking in the city, thousands of hours probably Lucas designing and crunching the code. So a lot of work on the behalf of all of us. So it's good to get this recognition. And we got 1,600 euros, which is not a lot, but
Cool.
little picture. This is the woman on the left is the state governor, and the woman on the right is the member of state government for environmental protection. 2 women. They gave us the award, and the guy on the very right is a city delegate from the Green Party who collaborated with us and also suggested that we get the award. So he's a friend, a local friend.
Congratulations.
Well,
Nice. Yeah. Prizes. I really like the picture of the guy. The first picture, the guy that the prize is named after, like him being the tree, and that's really good.
So I don't know how it was in other countries, but in Europe, during that time, since there were no cartoons, no movies, nothing, it was quite common to do such drawings, and they were quite often very cynical. Well, this is basically a tree.
He's killing people that are cutting him out.
He's a big friendly giant.
Not very friendly.
Well,
But yeah, by accident.
okay. So what else do we have? Oh yeah. So the last thing that we actually also thought that we show you today is we thought about how can we bring the ARK, since the website is more technical and really more for the Guardian target group. How can we turn this into a tourism project? And we have been tinkering about this for quite a while. So slow tourism powered by the ARK, how to develop national urban parks. And we have a website, which I can show you now. It's just the first kind of draft, but we'll probably show it to the local government. And the idea, the background to this is that national urban parks exist, I think, in Canada, Sweden, Finland, and South Africa. Bottom-up projects, and we suggested something similar should happen here. In the background, it's powered by the ARK, but this is really for the tourist. So we have used pictures of the routes that we have developed. Such a picture, you directly start to basically you are in such a quest, in such a walk. And I'm trying one here, and you get directly into the walk, basically. So it's also a very low threshold way to get started in a very local territory. It tells you then how to play. So it's the same structure that we have, of course, on the ARK. It's nothing more than linked to another landing page if you want so. Yeah, that's it. And I share the link afterwards with you. You can browse around a bit. I mean, this can be done.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, good job.
Very nice. Yeah. Opens a lot of marketing opportunities, possibilities.
Right. Nobody left?
Not yet.
Okay, then I share screen for Gloria.
Yes. Let's reveal the duck. No, but you were all waiting here 1 hour to know what it is.
Duck, duck, duck.
Duck, duck, duck. Okay, so it's Eurasian pigeon. I mean, it's something. It's a duck, but the reason how you recognize it is from this yellow stripe on the forehead, mainly, of course. So if you see that, you kind of know, okay, now I know it's an Eurasian pigeon. And there is also an American type, but I cannot describe it. So I'm not sure how it looked like. I just saw that it exists. So maybe if you see something similar in your area, you will know that it's a pigeon. And what is interesting about this duck, so it's quite well widespread actually. I think we have a slide which shows the areal of this duck. It breeds in the Palearctic. We don't see it.
Well, it should be
Okay,
clear.
yeah, now yes. Okay, so all the orange size, the orange color is where it breeds. So where it spends like is summertime, yeah, spring and summer. And now it's in a migratory way to go down towards Africa or Asia, even goes to America. And the blue part is where it's gonna stay over winter without breeding. And it's actually considered to be probably the second most populous population of ducks in the world after the mallard. And what else? And I wanted the name is actually an interesting story about the name because it's in Latin is called Mareca Penelope, and I guess Penelope, all of you knows that was the wife of Ulysses. And actually, in the book of the Odyssey, this duck apparently saved Penelope when she was thrown in the sea by I don't know who. But so it's a very old species of duck, was already known at the time of the old Greeks, yeah, the ancient Greeks. And it's a monogamous duck, so they create couples and they stay together their whole life. And they spend lots of time eating every day, between 12 to 16 hours searching for food, and they are vegetarian, so mainly algae. And yeah, I think that's all what I know. I don't know if Knut knows more about
Well, that behavior, I observed a big flock two weeks ago. Although they are very populous, very numerous, the mallard is like really a tame animal, no, and would come close in urban settings. But these ducks are really shy, so they never come close. That's why they are, even though there are so many of them, they're not so easy to observe. They're very much sought after as game, so hunters shoot them down in big numbers. I think that's interesting. And since Hans said in the beginning that yellow stripe really makes them resemble the mandarin duck. So I don't know if you look at the profile of a duck, if you have a mallard, it's rather flat, no? So the mandarin duck and also this European pigeon, they have a curved head like this. So yeah, quite interesting birds. And they are smaller than the mallards. And really are always together in nice flocks.
And I just read on Wikipedia that the German name is Eurasian Pfeifente. Pfeifente means whistling.
Yeah.
And somewhere I read that actually they are quite noisy. They love to whistle around noisily.
Can I say that in Italian it's called fischione, which also means that it whistles a lot, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, there's also in English, there's a vulgar name, which is also the whistling duck.
Okay.
How do you call them in Connecticut?
American.
I think we would just call them a widgeon.
Yeah.
Just a normal widgeon.
Georgia?
I don't have any idea.
Well, they are not in Georgia. I see Georgia here on the map. They are not there.
No.
Yeah. Okay. It always feels good to talk about nature after all this technology.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right. I think that was it. The next call is on January 16th, 5 p.m. But we will have a global team call probably on the 15th with our friends in Asia. So that's it, right?
So,
Thank you very much.
Cool.
thank you.
Thank
And
you.
wish you
Merry
festive
Christmas,
days.
Year. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Sorry.
Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you
Merry
again.
Christmas.
Bye-bye.